Okay, so Luke chapter 7, verse 9. When Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him and turned him about and said unto the people that followed him, I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. Okay, so you say, if you look in, it says he marveled and he turned himself about. That's right, so turn himself about, that just means he turned around. Right? And now he's looking at the people who's following him and saying, wow, I never seen any faith in all Israel like this. That's what it means when he's turned about. As he said, no, he has not found any great faith like this. No, not in Israel. And then verse 10. And they that were sent, returning to the house, found the servant whole that had been sick. So the centurion, the servants, they go back to the house. You know, the messengers he sent to Jesus, they get back to the house. And the servant that was sick, he was healed. And then verse 11. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. Okay. So verse 11's setting another scene, saying after that day he went into a city called Nain. Right? And there's many disciples went with him, much people, so everybody's following. I can tell you thousands of people following him. All right. And then verse 12. Now when he came nigh to the gate of the city, behold, there was a dead man carried out, the only son of his mother. And she was a widow, and much people of the city was with her. New York. Right, so he got close to the gate of the city, and they were carrying a dead guy out, right? And he was the only son of his mother. Only son, right? Because it reminds me, because before when Mary, she gave birth to her firstborn son, because she had sons after that. The firstborn, there's a secondborn. Because if Jesus was the only son she had, they would have called him the only son. But he was the firstborn son, so she had other sons. Right? So he's saying this guy that died, he's the only son of his mother, and she was a widow, and much people of the city were with her. So this is big funeral procession, right? And people probably weeping and mourning, lamenting, right? Because this guy died.